Hello, I'm Steve Lusk with the Red Bank Church of Christ. And today, April the 17th, 2020, we're going to be looking at our His Life devotion. This week, our series of lessons has been about the early life of Jesus. And we don't know much about the early life of Jesus beside a couple of instances when he was born and shortly after his birth, and then when he was 12. But then when he was about 30, Jesus began his earthly ministry. And so these lessons have focused to a large extent on the early days of his ministry before it really began to gain steam. Today's lesson has to do with light. When I was a kid, one of the first little songs that we would sing was "This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." And one of Jesus' early sermons focused on that light, and Jesus was that light. Our scripture reading for today comes from Matthew chapter 4, beginning at verse number 23. This is immediately after Jesus had called Peter, Andrew, James, and John to be his disciples, and they'd left their nets and followed him. The Bible says Jesus was going throughout all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and proclaiming the gospel of the kingdom and healing every kind of disease and every kind of sickness among the people. The news about him spread throughout all Syria, and they brought him all who were ill, those suffering with various diseases and pains, demoniacs, epileptics, paralytics, and he healed them. Large crowds followed him from Galilee and the Decapolis and Jerusalem and Judea and from beyond the Jordan. And so Jesus begins his earthly ministry by helping people, by, we might say, letting his light shine. And so then when he preaches that famous Sermon on the Mount, the centerpiece of that sermon has to do with influence, light shining. And here's what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, beginning at verse 13. "You," he said, "are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has become tasteless, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor does anyone light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven." You see, Jesus came to shine the light. In fact, when John wrote his gospel near the end of the first century, one of the things he said about Jesus was that he was that light. He was the light that brought light to the dark world. And as his disciples, we too are that light. And so today, I would remind you of that little children's song that we still sometimes sing. "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." It may not be much, but in a world of darkness, any light is beautiful. Any light brings life and hope and help to a dark world. So today, I hope you will let your light shine as a follower of Jesus, a disciple of Jesus. And please know that during this time of pandemic from coronavirus, during this time in our immediate area of tornado victims, power outages, damaged trees, debris all over the place, that there is an opportunity as never before to let your light shine before men so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. That's our aim. That's our purpose. That's our goal. That's what Jesus did. We are missing you. We are praying for you. And if there's anything we can do to help you, then please let us know. Call us here at the church building at 875-4816 and let us know how we can help. God bless.